In fact, under President Biden, the median price for an existing home is up 28%, is it not?
I think that there's been rising housing costs for the past decade.
And the monthly mortgage payment under President Biden is actually up 141%, isn't it?
Housing prices have been going up consistently over the past decade.
And the mortgage rates under President Biden are up 176%, aren't they?
I think the Federal Reserve is trying to do something about inflation.
Now, this inflation in home prices and building materials that I've just talked about, it's man-made, isn't it? And that man's name is Joe Biden.
Today, we're diving into a heated exchange that took place in the Senate, a confrontation that has the entire nation talking. Senator John Kennedy didn't hold back as he grilled a top official about skyrocketing inflation and the Biden administration's role in it. From housing prices to electricity costs, this conversation revealed some shocking truths. Stick around because you won't want to miss this one. Senator Kennedy opened with a hard-hitting question. The last 3 years, America has been experiencing inflation, is that correct? And while the secretary agreed, Kennedy wasted no time pulling out the stats.
Welcome. I want to talk about housing. The last 3 years, America has been experiencing inflation. Is that correct?
That is correct.
In fact, under President Biden, the median price for an existing home is up 28%, is it not?
I think that there's been rising housing costs for the past decade.
And the monthly mortgage payment under President Biden is actually up 141%, isn't it?
Housing prices have been going up consistently over the past decade.
And the mortgage rates under President Biden are up 176%, aren't they?
I think the Federal Reserve is trying to do something about inflation.
And electricity, you need electricity to live in a home. Since President Biden took office, the average electricity prices in our country have gone up 29.4%, haven't they?
I know that electrical costs and utilities have gone up consistently over the past several years.
No, ma'am, that's not true. 7 years before President Biden took office, the electricity prices only rose 5%. Now he took over, now they're up 29.4%. It takes building materials to build a house, doesn't it?
It does.
Since President Biden took office, iron and steel are up 28%. Isn't that true?
I don't have that number in front of me.
Okay. Aluminum is up 7%, is it not, under President Biden?
I don't have that either.
Okay. HVAC units, an air conditioner for your home. Under President Biden, an AC system is up 37%, isn't it?
I think the pandemic had something to do with that.
And shingles are up 19%, aren't they?
Same there.
Household appliances are up 22%, aren't they?
Again, I think we had a supply chain issue, and that's reflective in the numbers that you're stating.
And the supply chain issues are solved. Electric wires up 14%. Isn't that correct, Madam Secretary?
I don't have that number in front of me, sir.
Okay. Now, this inflation in home prices and building materials that I've just talked about, it's man-made, isn't it? And that man's name is Joe Biden, isn't it?
Senator, I think that we all experience the complexities of a global pandemic, and the economy is still, in many ways, absorbing some of that impact. I think some of the numbers you stated may be entirely true. I don't have it here, but what I do.
Oh, they're true, Madam Secretary. Don't take my word for it.
Very
Ask
good.
the average American.
But it's one of the reasons why, for the past 3 years, the administration has tried to be responsive to these additional costs.
Well, excuse me for interrupting, but I'm like our good chairman, and you need to pay attention to his request, by the way. But we've got limited time. This administration hasn't succeeded. Inflation is gutting our middle class like a fish. And the reason housing prices are up so high is because of President Biden's inflation.
Kennedy didn't mince words, saying, "Inflation is gutting our middle class like a fish." That's a powerful image, and unfortunately, it's true. With housing prices, utilities, and building costs soaring, middle-class families are bearing the brunt of these policies. Senator Kennedy wrapped up his fiery questioning with a dose of humor, asking if the secretary believed Jimmy Hoffa died of natural causes. But the message was clear. The American middle class is in crisis, and leadership needs to take responsibility. So what do you think? Are these rising costs unavoidable, or is Senator Kennedy right to call this inflation man-made? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe for more hard-hitting analyses. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.